myself to the stage, and you see the virtual background. You hear our music, and then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. So glad to have you. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me see. Can y'all see me now? Hang on. Okay, now I know the camera is not that sensitive. Really? Hang on. Really? Really though? I just literally cleaned it. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know what, y'all? I didn't realize it. It's got a little pointer thing. That's cool. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. We're live on tour. All right, let's do what we do. It's time to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac first, then Married to Medicine. So we get into this episode with Ashley's party, right? So the whole Osu tribe comment story, whatever you want to say about it, is Rob again, and that Wendy says that Osu is bad, but that she's not Osu. Then Nia wants to be supportive to Robin. Okay, sure. Then Karen and Robin have a conversation, and Wendy has a new talk show. It's about pop culture. It's about politics. I actually watched it today at 4. It actually was really good. A little short, but I do like the diversity of it. And then Mia feels a way of like, why don't you uplift me? Why don't you want to be around me? This, that, and third. And, Wendy calls Mia slow. Now, later on, we're going to get to Mia because I have a whole lot to say about Mia because Mia, you reached a little too far. I'm going to tell you why. Wendy is not cool with Mia because Mia threw a drink on Wendy. And then after the reunion in New York, then guess what happened? Mia went in on Wendy on social media. So, personally, me, I totally understand it. Because how can you sit up here and say you want to move forward, but yet your actions are not showcasing differently? I just don't get it. So, Karen and Robin have a conversation, and Karen wants to know if it's an open marriage or if it's a traditional marriage, and if she's married legally. And so, Robin says that it's a traditional marriage and that she is legally married, and Karen says that's all I need to know. And moving forward, let's bring facts about each other, not rumors. And Karen and Robin disagree with who started the rumor, but I'm proud that they at least had the conversation, right? Then Mia is upset because Wendy is clearly checking for her, and Mia's like, "Well, you're supposed to be about uplifting women." In the words of Karen Huger, when you deserve friendship, I'll be a friend. When you give support, I'll be supportive. So, and like I said, if you're gonna throw a drink on somebody, that person has every right to have an issue with you forever. They really do. And that was not cool. That was not cool. And when you said that you were on drugs or not, that was uncool to do. Because somebody were threw a drink on you, Mia, you would have a whole fit. Okay? So Robin and Nneka are talking about, Robin and how she's feeling about everything. And Robin's like, I wish people would get off my back about it. Well, you're the one that went behind the paywall. And you also didn't just go behind the paywall. You went on a podcast that was distributed by the number one audio company in the world, iHeartMedia. So what did you expect? What did you expect? You just thought everybody was just going to just let that slide? Oh, no. No one's taking your joy away from you. You're allowing yourself not to have joy. That's what that is. Don't flip this on everybody else. This is your own issue. Carry it to your own cross. So anyway, Wendy's having her son's first communion and wants to invite Ashley. Did not invite Giselle. Did not invite Robin. Did not invite Mia. And you know what? I think that was totally fair. And listen, there was something about Robin not inviting Wendy. Whether that was the case or not, that's Wendy's event. And honestly, I wouldn't want Giselle, Robin, or Mia, even Ashley, around me. I mean, I can just tell that some people's spirit is just not right. Some people's spirit is just not right. But anyway, Candace is on the road with her Deep Space tour in 9 cities, so congratulations to her. Robin and Juan try to look like a couple. Keyword try to look like a couple. It was like a dead snake in the road. It was bones. And Juan tried to throw Robin at the snake. I'm like, Robin, why are you afraid of yourself? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. That was rude. That was rude. Bad mouth. We got a long way to go. We're just getting started on this story. So then we get to Giselle, who is at a clothing store with Grace because Grace is about to get ready for college. And by the way, I just want to say congratulations, Grace, for getting through high school and getting to college. That trust me, that's not an easy process. Filling out applications, waiting to hear back in SAT and ACT scores. So blessings to you on your journey for college for sure. And I will say this, Giselle and Jamal did raise beautiful daughters, so I will give them that credit there. Giselle said, should we be going to the parties? And Grace said, you went to the parties. And Giselle said she was the party, but this was a different time. Now, Giselle, now here's the thing. I know you're trying to advise Grace on what she should and should not do. However, like you gotta let your kids fly. You gotta let your kids fly. Hey, Claudia Beard, welcome and glad to have you here. You gotta let your kids fly. You know what I mean? I was just talking with my mom about this today because I've been on my own for about 7, 8 years now in my own place and doing my own life and everything. And I gotta tell you something, when you start to fly, it's the scariest thing. But when you get your wings to work, oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. So trust me, you raised her right, and I think she will do just fine. And not to mention, too, I think the best way to showcase how much you have grown as a mom and as a woman is if you let her grow as the woman she's going to be. And so they talk about prom and how there's these 17-year-old boys that don't know how to treat anybody right. I'm just like, well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, that's not every dude, first of all. I will say that, parenting has evolved. There's not a lot of old school parents who raise people like myself that know how to open up the door, pull out the chair, pay the bill, make sure that you text somebody when you get home. So, and listen, that's up to all of us to be able to raise each other better. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's every dude. But Grace is going to the prom single. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And honestly, too, it's actually probably a better time because guess what? You're not in charge of being, or as Grace would say, babysitting anybody. And Grace's dad will be coming. So, Grace's dad is Jamal Bryant. He's a pastor, pastor's daughter. The pastor's daughter don't want to be too much of a you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, she's 18. Like like I get that she is a representation of you, but also too, you gotta let her be her own person, just like y'all had to be y'all own people, right? So, but anyway, as we roll on this tour, Wendy is getting ready for the son's first communion. Um, Wendy is Catholic. Her Wendy's mom and dad got divorced because dad was too deep into his religion, and the kid scene was so cute. So basically, they were practicing the communion, and Happy Eddie, which is now a business because of a slight that somebody made, but they turned those lemons into lemonade, and so they were trying to get the kids to come and get the blessings and all stuff. It was really cute. I really, really liked it. Mia, why is Mia on this show? Why? I don't get it. Like, there's plenty of other women that are in Potomac that would be just fine. I just don't get why. But Karen comes over and hugs the kids, but does not hug Mia. Look, I'm here for Karen Huger because it's like, no, you did me wrong. You gotta earn my hug. So yes, I'm gonna be shady to you every single time until you prove yourself. So I'm here for it. Gordon is doing dad duty, and trying to, and the kids are about to go out, go scootering around the town. And so Mia's like, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Mia, Gordon's a full grown man. I think he knows how to be a dad. And Gordon said, you see how she does me? She micromanages me. Gordon, I think she micromanages you because she can't manage herself. I feel you, Claudia, but hey, listen, I'm trying to expand the channel, try to diversify myself beyond Love and Marriage Huntsville, and you guys are watching it. So, and not to mention too, this is a good way for me to kind of give myself a break from everything. And I do these two shows live because to go in and do, clips and stuff, I just feel like there's only so much that you can do, but with doing it live, it's definitely more fun. But I do feel you. It is what it is. So, with all that being said, Karen and Mia talk about, Ashley's, hey, May, June, July, welcome and glad to have you here. So, Karen and Mia talk about Ashley's seaside at the sea housewarming. And Karen talks about how, she could sense tension with some of the ladies, especially with Wendy and Mia. And so, Mia felt really offended that, oh yeah, we trust me, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm talking about this person. We're gonna get right into Married to Medicine. Because let me tell you something, that show had some. Listen, that show had some heat. Do you hear me? Some HEAT, not TT. Um, Woo, I got a lot to say, but we will get there for sure. But yeah, Mia felt really disrespected when Wendy was calling Mia slow, and Mia said that she has a kid with special needs. Now, Mia, first of all, just like Tiffany is a cop out Karen with bringing her child Ace. And I'm not talking about the child here. I'm talking about the action that Tiffany did. The fact that Tiffany brought Ace because she thought that Kiki was going to fight her. That was the same thing that you did mentally to Wendy. Wendy did not know that you had a kid with special needs, and to use your kid was a cop out. That was a cheap cop out. That was a trifling cop out. Wendy called you slow. She did not call your child slow. You just wanted that so you can be the victim. Stop it. You threw a drink on her last season. You really think somebody should be cool with you after you threw a drink on them and you said, "Well, we need to uplift women." If you are uplifting me, I'll give you uplifting. But until then, you are what you are. So Wendy said what needed to be said about you. You need to go in the corner and suck your thumb. Whereas Jacqueline, Jacqueline said you need some more dick. Just saying. But then again, I mean, regardless of what you suck on or what you ride on, whatever you're on, you're still not worthy of friendship. You're still not worthy of being trustworthy. You're still not worthy of being given a damn about. Like I said, you throw a drink on somebody, like that's game over. And Giselle, we haven't forgot about you. Saying that you care about your friend's mental health, but internally you kikied over a black woman having a drink in her face. Stop it. Stop it. Your daughter shades you. And let me just say this, people like Giselle's daughters more than Giselle on the show. I said it. So anyway, Candace meets up with Wendy. Um, so we get to Candace now. Wendy's meeting up with Candace. Candace was in LA for 2 shows. And Kiana, Wendy's friend that was at the event where it was about women's empowerment and all that stuff, and she asked a question, that was her friend. So then Karen is at this boutique. And so Karen gets stung by I think she gets stung by an insect because she was like, oh my God, I got stung. And so I did not like what production did to Karen because they did the dramatic engulfed face. I'm like, well, now we don't gotta do that. But Ashley meets up with Karen, and so that Ashley is trying to find a dress for a communion. Like, can you not have any class? I mean, I know you weren't born with any class, but can you at least pretend to have some class? Like, she was trying to, find a dress to cover up Demi and Diamond. Child, just say God skipped over you and just move on. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Nobody's gonna be looking for Demi and Diamond at a communion for young children. That's not the time to praise the Lord. Jesus. So anyway, Karen asked about the lawsuit that Michael's doing. And Karen feels that the lawsuit is unnecessary. And Ashley was being messy because remember how she brought up the Osu tribe. Well, Neka did not bring up that Wendy was Osu. So Ashley had a hard time remembering. So you have a hard time remembering other people's mess, but when somebody remembers your mess, you have something to say on it. Didn't Michael embarrass you at the party where Juan proposed to Robin because your husband got up in Chris Bassett's face? How we forget our own mess, do we? So then we get to Wendy. The first communion was good. We didn't get to see the communion, probably because the church didn't want that on TV. Very respected. But then they had they had a reception, an after party, if you will. So there was an argument between Wendy and Wendy's mom wanting to pray for the boys. And a lot of people said that Wendy's mom went from black to white. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say nothing, but I see what y'all are saying because I looked at I'm like, oh my God. By the way, can I just bring up something? So I just want to bring this up from Screen Rant, okay? So, and you know what? I'm going to bring this up because I feel like Wendy's mama said everything that needed to be said. Let me just do this here. So this is from ScreenRant.com here. So basically, Wendy's mom, Oman Okusu, wrote a wrote a under under a less than flattering screenshot of makeup faceless Mia during the Miami trip, and she also mimicked her daughter Shay at Mia in calling her a crater face. Dion used a series of words to describe her deep disdain for Mia, including ignorant, nonsensical, and baseless. Wendy's mom claimed Mia wannabe CEO who was really a troublemaker after warning me that she messed with the wrong Naja's woman's daughter. Elam scolded Mia for having assaulted my baby daughter Wendy, and Elam went on to saying her shares from native India before blasting Mia and Peter to hell. Wendy's mom concluded her rant with some Holy Ghost fire of thunderous amen. So this is what she said here. Rubbish, you are a disgrace to whatever you stand for. Make thunder, e.g. Bowapai Abwara. You should shut up and start apologizing. I worked so hard to raise my children. When anyone brings any harm to them, you have me to contend with. You can wave the Nigerian flag all you want. You are not right. Nigerian, you do not represent us at all here. Apparently, you do not understand the definition of a threat. You uneducated, classless, creative face. You should be worried about physical assault to my daughter and issue a genuine apology. As I mentioned earlier, my post, the prosecution is watching. Don't mess with my daughter. She has come a long way to be what she is today. Classily, highly educated, gorgeous, even without makeup. My daughter, mouth off to you, mouth off back. No physical attack. Do not mess with my daughter. And you know what? I don't see anything that she did wrong. I don't see anything that she did wrong. I really don't. I really, really don't. So Mia says she eventually clapped back that my family knows your family. She doesn't receive threats lightly. Um, but Mia's response further, at the end of the day, Mia, you said what you said and you did what you did. Like, you better be lucky that's all she did. You better be lucky that's all she did. Because at the end of the day, some people believe family's police. And guess what? I bet you let me tell you, you saw Black Panther, right? And you saw that army. Guess what? I bet you there are some people in Africa that can knock your behind out mentally, physically, and otherwise in any condition that they want to. Mia, shut your mouth. You did wrong. Take your L and go suck on your thumb and go suck on something else. Go out and even buy a dildo, shut the hell up and leave the rest of us alone. Anyway, I said what I said in the words of Nene Leaks. Let's get back to this damn review. I'm sorry. Like, you're not going to sit here and use your child as a cop out. Wendy did not say anything about your child. That was disrespectful. And you wonder why people don't like you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so after that, I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. So Karen showed up looking beautiful. And Karen always looks beautiful. Candace shows up, looks beautiful as well. Wendy's mom came over and asked for more drinks and a raincoat. If Mia was coming, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. So Ashley shows up, and Wendy's first time getting dressed up was communion, and then going to Golden Corral. I'm like, you know what? I'm not mad at Wendy. Golden Corral's a vibe. It's a vibe. So then Karen, offers an invite to everyone, their spouses, if they feel comfortable to pickleball. Ashley then said Nneka did not apply. The Wendy was awesome. So then we get Robin, right? We get Robin. We're almost there. Then y'all, we're gonna get right into Married to Medicine because I got a lot to say. So Robin meets up with NECA, and Wendy said that it. Wendy said it was her first time meeting NECA, but NECA met Wendy at a concert and saw her and her husband at a birthday party, and there was some aggression apparently. So for 3 weeks, Wendy's family has been aggressive to her. NECA's cousin-in-law contacted Ivy, who is Wendy's sister, and apparently Wendy alleged that NECA said that she was a clout chaser, and Wendy's mom calls her in-law's husband and asks, "Have I prayed for you or against you?" And that there was like a shrine and praying for evil, all that type of stuff. Now, listen, that may or may not be true. I don't know, but like seriously, like what? Here's the problem. Communication, everybody. Communication. Talk to Wendy about it because maybe she does not know. Okay, maybe she doesn't know because with NECA, I don't know about her. I already had my feelings on her from the first episode when she was talking to her husband about when not keeping the chandelier when he just wanted to keep it, and when he wanted to take baths for the first time. Like people change. Like NECA seems to like have a strong grip of control, but she doesn't like being checked at all. Just like Mia. Birds of a feather flock together. So then we get to the preview. Robin and Giselle have an argument because apparently Juan got on to Giselle about some things. At pickleball, rather, Juan shows up, and then Wendy and NECA talk, about the shrine situation. Okay, so that is Real Housewives of Potomac. Are y'all ready for some Married to Medicine? Because y'all, Married to Medicine, Married to Medicine has some things going on. It has some things going on. So let's get to it. It was a lot going on, okay? It was a lot going on. So let's get to it. So we open up with Dr. Jackie and Simone having lunch, right? And that Dr. Simone was going to eat Dr. Jackie's lunch. Now listen, I get it. If your friend's not coming out, you're going to eat it, but you don't eat my lunch. If you bought that for me, that's my lunch, okay? And if you do, the next time we go out to Chick-fil-A or something, and you ask for 2 sandwiches, or 2 sandwiches may or may not be gone, based on how much I care. Don't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice. It's not nice at all. So then Dr. Jackie talks about a patient that got a STD, and that this patient tried Monistat, this and that. And, Dr. Jackie's asked, have you been having sex with anybody? And she was like, and that person was like, no, I'm only having sex with one person. And Dr. Jackie was like, okay, that's good. And then Dr. Jackie says that she does jailhouse ministry of like, don't go to jail now. I'm like, Dr. Jackie, your job is an OGBYN. Like, what you doing? So then, they talk about Sweet Tea and how she's getting overwhelmed with the wedding. And so Sweet Tea, wants an assistant to help her with the groceries and things like that. And that, they talk about how the younger generation just wants life to happen like that. They don't want to work for nothing. And that's not everybody. Okay. So let's stop that. Okay. However, I do understand what they're saying because there are some people that just they just want what they want. But anyway, so then it starts to rain. So they start to move in on the inside, but we can get to the rest of the conversation. So then Dr. Heavenly meets up with Sweet Tea. And so, Sweet Tea had to get on the wedding planners behind because, y'all, the wedding is a week away. It's 7 whole days away. Hey, they can't take you, won't take you, can't take it. And Sweet Tea's on her own. Hashtag the legendary Tony Braxton for 7 whole days. So anyway, Sweet Tea had to change the venue because it was going to be a rooftop venue, but she didn't want to get rained on. And so when it came to Sweet Tea and Dr. G's, lifestyles or what have you, Sweet Tea wants to do more things. She wants to do life insurance and pay for bigger bills and things like that. And Sweet Tea said that Kwame had been right about Dr. G on some things, and Dr. M was like, "What you mean that Dr. G is controlling?" And Sweet Tea not Sweet Tea, but Dr. Heavily asked, does Dr. G throw up that you pay bills, or that he pays bills? And she was like, yeah. And so then Dr. G did a prank on Sweet Tea. Now, this was uncalled for, but Dr. G said that there were robbers in the house, and he did that as a prank because Sweet Tea forgets to set the alarm. Now, listen, that was uncool because guess what? It People have fight or flight responses. Like, nobody, you wouldn't want anybody to do that, Dr. G. So that was uncool. I'm sorry. Like, dude, like she forgets to set the alarm regularly. Okay, but that's your wife, not your child. So I find it interesting that Sweet Tea said Kawhi might have been right about some things, Dr. G. So it's like the wedding's a week away, and y'all still got issues. Okay, but apparently they are married now. But we'll get to that soon enough. So then Dr. Simone is with her family, having a family dinner, and Michael and Miles are coming. Are into their spring breaks. Michael is 20 years old and he's going to community college, um, and he wants to transfer to a 4-year community college, get his bachelor degree um, in law. He wants to be a lawyer. And then Miles, who is 24 years old, who's a film media major, shout out to him, Black people in media for sure, who is still living with Dr. Simone and Cecil. He was at Howard University, then he went to Georgia State. Then he took off a year. He's back at Georgia State. He's 24. So Michael is 24. Michael is 20. Miles is 24. So Michael forgot a biology test. He forgot a biology test. But he got a B, though. He got a B. And so Dr. Simone gets upset with, Biles, Michael, and and Cecil because, Dr. Cecil has went to college. Dr. Simone did not. Now, listen. Just because your kids are doing wrong don't mean you got to bring your husband into it. And listen, I've been there. I have not forgotten a test, but I have been there where I've had, oh man, a homework assignment is like due at 11:59. So trust me, I've been there. I get it. So Michael doesn't know what he wants to do next, but that he wants to live in Atlanta next, and he's like, maybe y'all can get me an apartment. I can live outside the house. And I'm just like, dude, like, the apartment thing, okay, I get. Hey, Nikki News, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Good to see you. I'm talking about Married to Medicine right now. We're in the middle of Dr. Simone. So Michael wanted to come back and live in Atlanta, but he wanted to live with his parents. Dude, you're 20. Now, the apartment thing, I understand. And this is what I would have done, right? I think this happens in the preview, but what I would do is like, okay, guess what? I will pay your apartment for a year. I'll pay your apartment for 1 year. I'll give you an allowance so you can, get your groceries and everything else. After that year, I better see some job. Right? Because at the end of the day, parents want to do better for their kids and give them a life that the parents didn't have. But like, dude, like just, you got to work for what you have. So then, Dr. Simone says that, you have such an entitled life. And then Michael says, thank you for entitling me. Dude, I'm going to tell you, black son to a black son, do not say that to your mama. It don't work. It don't work. Because you know what she can do? Oh, okay. I'm entitling you, huh? Cut off the debit card. Cut off the school payments. Cut off your food. Like you don't want to. You don't want to play games with dads and moms. You just don't want to do that because you're gonna lose. You're simply gonna lose every time. I just was like, cannot believe he actually said that to his own mama. I could not believe that. So then, whew, then we get to Dr. Heavenly. So Dr. Heavenly and Alana are cooking spaghetti. And so Alana's like, what do you put in the spaghetti? Dr. Heavenly says she puts in something special. And Elena's like, what are you putting in it? She was like, I'll tell you later. Now, Dr. Heavenly, she just asked what you put in it. Unless it's something that you can't say on TV. I'm joking, y'all. I don't think she would do that. Although Dr. Heavenly does stir up a lot of ish, so maybe she may do that. But hey, listen, this is all for issues and giggles, okay? Everything's alleged in my opinion for entertainment purposes only. So anyway, Dr. Damon comes through, and Dr. Damon, Dr. Heavenly gives, stories from their college days. And so, Dr. Heavenly says that she had many boyfriends, but that's he's the first person that she loved. And Dr. Damon didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that, but same thing. So it was funny to see the parents, try to play through the stories in their head that they didn't want to tell Alana. So, Alana wants to go to FAMU, Florida Agriculture. She wants to go to Florida A&M in Florida, right? And so Alana said that her mom and dad went away for school. And Dr. Damon said that, he wanted the boys went away from school because he felt that they could take care of themselves. Now, I understood what he was saying because guess what? Being new, being young, and being a freshman, people can take advantage of you. I totally get that. However, too, y'all raised her, right? So y'all gotta let her fly, just like I said for Grace. And so they want her to stay, in they want her to stay in Atlanta, and Dr. Damon wants to be an hour away just in case some ish goes down. And so Dr. Heavenly and Damon want to protect their daughter. And I totally get that and I receive that because, you know, for me, I went to Arkansas Tech, right? And it was not too far away. Like, let me look it up, actually. Let me look up Arkansas. Let me look it up. Because, like I said, Russellville and Little Rock were not far away. Little Rock, Arkansas to Fayetteville. Oh, sorry, not Fayetteville. Little Rock, Arkansas to Russellville. Sorry, y'all.
Russellville is 1 hour, 11 minutes from Little Rock by car and light traffic.
So,
Here are your directions.
so it was. Thank you, Google. So it was 1 hour, 11 minutes away. So that wasn't too bad. So if something happened to me, they could drive down an hour and they'll be right there. And I totally get that. As a parent, you definitely want to protect your child, but also too, FAMU was Dr. Heavenly's alma mater too, right? So that could help for alumni scholarships and things like that. So I get both sides, you know what I mean? But Alana's 17, she's about to turn 18. So, here we go. Woo. So, Lord help. So then Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris and the sons are out and about getting shoes for school. And so Dr. Harris says that his dad was a maximum security guard and that they spent time together. They went to go see Coming to America. They would go for ice cream and things like that. And so he wants to spend more time with his sons. I'm like, shout out to black dads and black sons spend time together. And so, Dr. Harris, asked his sons, what is something that you want to ask that you couldn't ask your mom? And so one of the sons said, what's a period? And Dr. Harris said, that's something that you should ask your mama. I'm just like, well, you asked him. You asked him that. And listen, hey y'all, I'm just telling y'all what happened in the episode, okay? So I understood why, because guess what? You don't want to ask your mama about that. That's a little much. So I totally get that. And Dr. Harris explained what it was. And one of the sons said, Chucky, I'm like, you know what? Hey, maybe this wasn't the time to talk about this at a shoe store. But I appreciate that we did get to see a black dad and his sons actually engage with each other. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really, really nice. So then we get to Dr. Simone. So Dr. Simone is getting ready for the bachelorette party. And Cecil is getting ready for the bachelor party. So now these spouses have history, right? These spouses have history with strippers, right? And so basically, be careful about touching the strippers and all that type of stuff. Now listen, Um, this is a little bit different because if the cameras weren't on, then I can imagine these guys had a good time, right? You know what I mean? But because this was on camera, their wives go and see it, they recognize, okay, we can't really do too much. But Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly, the ladies came through, and basically they would give massages on their necks, and one was massaging Dr. Heavenly, and so Toya squeezed whipped cream on Dr. Heavenly's chest, and someone said that she came, and I'm just like, okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, all right, it is what it is. Lord help me. Lord help me, y'all. So, oh my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So as we keep rolling on here, and let me tell you, this part gets very interesting towards the end. So Dr. Harris, so the Dr. Harris said to Toya, we're going to a gentleman's club to give women in need money. Because women struggle for things, and sometimes just giving $1 or and some change could actually change some lives. And Toya was like, sure. I'm just like, that was a real classy way of saying y'all going to a strip club. I mean, I even laughed at it, like, come on, dude, just say that y'all gonna go have a good time. Like it is what it is, man. But I thought that was too funny. So Sweet Tea's getting sweetened up. She's getting lifted onto the piano by the gentleman and all that stuff. And the gentleman rubbing on Sweet Tea, and Sweet Tea had something sweet there. Nothing sweet in the back, as Phaedra would say, because she was butt challenged, as Phaedra said. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Dr. G said if his pants are if his pants come down, they're not coming back up. And I'm like, oh my Lord Jesus. So the strippers were partying, okay? They were partying on this party bus. So then as we get back to, so it bounces back and forth between these two parties all night long, right? So then Johnny, who's the wedding planner, called Sweet Tea at the bachelorette party and said that because of the venue change that happened, because it was a rooftop, now it's somewhere else, that's going to cost $13,000 to $14,000 extra. And people were saying, well, I would cancel my wedding at that point. And Dr. Heavenly said, well, maybe this is the sign that the wedding was supposed to happen. I'm just like, y'all, really? Like, y'all at this bachelorette party, y'all at least try to be supportive. So Sweet Tea gets unsweet with her sister. And so the sister was trying to take away the phone to help Sweet Tea calm down. And so Sweet Tea went off on her sister. And Toya tried to be a peacemaker for them. And I'm like, Toya, you can shut up, because here's the thing that I can't stand. If you try to be a peacemaker for other people, be a peacemaker with your own situations, okay? And y'all will understand why I say that in a minute. So then we get to Allure nightclub, and the brothers are having a good time. It looked like a good time. And so, Dr. G wanted to invite a stripper to his wedding. And I think it was Cecil or somebody said, this is not the best man when you invite a stripper to your wedding. I'm just like, listen, it's Dr. G's day. If he want to invite her, let her invite her. Now, I'm saying that to be messy, but the friends were right. You don't invite a stripper to your wedding. You just don't do that. You know what? I thought that was funny, though, because Dr. G was so serious, too. And then, guess what? Quad shows up to the bachelorette party. And so if you guys saw a text message that somebody was on the way, that was Quad. So Toya is like, what? Who invited her? And so Toya is so upset. And listen, and Toya, I get that this is your event, but like I said before, you try to be peacemaker with Sweet Tea and her sister, but yet you were so upset with Quad because she was just in the room. And it looked like Quad and Sweet Tea didn't have any problems with each other. And you said this is your event. Toya, say hi, Razy. Say hi. Now, this is my pillow pet. Now, just because I let you pet Razy doesn't mean it's yours. Just because you threw it doesn't mean it's your event. It's Sweet T's bachelorette party. So Sweet T is in charge, not you. Toya's got a sense of control that's just unbecoming for a heathen. I said it. Sorry. And it's just like, what has Quad done to you? Like it seemed to me, it seemed, hey, hey, Phyllis, welcome in. Good to see you. It seems to me that Toya has this weird thing about control, just like Giselle has. And I don't understand it. Like, if you ain't got nothing popping in your life, if you are sad, miserable, or waste and trash, then just go be it by yourself. Or go get therapy or go do something. But good damn, you don't gotta bring it out with other people. So, like I said, Dr. Simone, this is the preview. Dr. Simone and Cecil are footing the bill for one more year, and that's it. I think they're saying that to let me see which person. I think they're saying that to Miles, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So then Phaedra, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavily talk about the bachelorette party. And Phaedra said, I thought it was going to be a fight amongst sisters. And I thought Quad brought a whole new spirit. One thing about Phaedra, she is not going to be that real. She is going to dress it up as the Southern Belle that she is. And so then, will there be a wedding? Because Dr. G and Sweet Tea are talking that the wedding is tomorrow. And will it be or will it not be? And then, Dr. Heavily Kimes and Damon are not on the list allegedly. So that is your Married to Medicine review. Y'all, we did under an hour. How about that? Lord Jesus, let me tell you, this is probably the shortest video I have ever done. Like, to be real with y'all, Lord helps, be real with y'all. I have always done like an hour, like 30-minute thing. By the way, I got my first YouTube check today. I was so excited about it. And thank you to everybody who has been giving super chat, super stickers, cash apps. Thank you all so much. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't ever ask for it. I mean, of course, it's there if you guys want to do it, but I believe if you do what you're supposed to do, you will get rewarded. And let me tell you something. Doing this YouTube channel is so much fun for me. It gives me a break from the everyday. Thank you so much, Nikki Newsom. Hopefully more YouTube checks to come. Subscribers are growing, so I'm very proud of that. The views are growing as well. And like I said, from the bottom of my heart, y'all are absolutely amazing. I really do that. I know that we see each other in many chats and things like that. And I just want you to know, go to where you want. Seriously, like it's so beyond me, the toxicity, drama, triflingness, shadiness, and just pettiness. Like, if you have to hate on other people just so you can have content, then guess what? That just means you have no content. Sorry, like I don't get it. Like, people thinking they beloved when no one really loves them. Telling people where they can and cannot go, you know what I mean? Making yourself the victim. Like, what we doing here? Like, if you just not original, you're not original. Like, Lord gee, some of y'all need to be in therapy more than on YouTube. I'm sorry. And listen, far be it for me to tell anybody what to do. I know I'm not perfect, but let me tell you something. You can look at every damn video on this channel. Now, have I shaded? Yes, I have. But have I also elevated? Yes, I have. I'll always try to come with original content every single time. Every single damn time. The legendary after show that happens every Saturday night with videos at 9:01 immediately after. I don't see anyone else doing that. Oh, the episode you just watched. Virtual tour live where I cover up to 9 topics, and not to mention too, I don't just cover celebrity stuff. Sometimes I cover politics stuff. Sometimes I cover social stuff. Sometimes I cover technology. I cover other things. Like it boggles my mind how many people say they are for women, but yet y'all don't cover women's issues, like the FDA relaxers. Did y'all know about that? I do cover that. The P Diddy, lawsuit settlement. I was the first person to break that. Did y'all women cover that? No. And I'm not talking about any of the women like Queen Sheba or anybody else. I'm talking about some of the women in this sector who say that they're about women and stuff. I think I mention that woman who talked about reuniting 8,000 men with their children. Like I try to talk about things that actually matter. Um, but hey, listen, at the end of the day, y'all can do what y'all want to do. But if somebody calls you a one-trick pony, if somebody calls you unoriginal, if somebody calls you tired, guess what? If what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you respond to me, it must be true about you to some degree. Like why do we gotta go after each other? Just stay in your lane and drive slow. That's it. Oh Lord Jesus, I can't. I can't. I can't. I don't know him. I don't think I know him. Thank you, Nikki News, and thank you, Phyllis Crawford. I appreciate it because it's just like, really, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And honestly, y'all, like, let me tell you something. I'm still kind of new to YouTube. You know what I mean? But, I'm doing it in my own way. And I've come to recognize this with social media. If you have to be on social media, that's a problem. If you have to be on social media. Now, I don't mean for people who do this for a career and they made this their living. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people who just make content to make content. That's why I'm saying, because some of y'all seem to just make videos. And the crazy thing is, y'all will drag other people when y'all have dragging behavior your damn self. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Lord Jesus. By the way, I am going to talk about the Fletchers tomorrow on Virtual Tour Live. I saw the interview. We're going to talk about it. That's going to be one of the hot topics on Virtual Tour Live tomorrow. I got to make the thumbnail and everything, get my stories together. But yes, Virtual Tour Live will be up tomorrow right here at 6 p.m. Eastern. And listen, just know I'm always going to try to do a show on that day. But if I don't, I always will try to do it tomorrow. And I think I'm very consistent. With my live. So, if someone says, well, all Braylon is Love Mary Chunksville, no, just click over to live. You'll see my diversity. And not to mention, too, play to your strengths. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you something. To be perfectly honest, I left the live content creator channel as my choice. Absolutely, that should be your choice. Absolutely, indeed. And listen, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, you have to do what works for you. And here's why I've come to realize, right? The time it takes me to do one video on one topic, I could cover that topic and others in a live like that. I'm gonna say that again. The time it takes for me doing one topic in a video, I could cover that topic longer in live. So, at the end of the day, like, the reason why I do what I do is because, first of all, it works for me. Number two, it's just me. And number three, I actually like having conversations. I really, really do. I think conversations are quite powerful. Not everybody has the capacity, capability, comprehension to have a conversation, obviously. But yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, if you got to hate on other people, if you have to do the most in order to get the most in, if you just gotta do anything just because you nothing, like, stop it. You gotta have a passion for this. And at the end of the day, if you don't have the passion, just say, hey, listen, y'all, I'm giving y'all empty content. At least people respect you for that. There's not one video on this particular channel that you cannot say that's not real. Okay? Now, you can say that I might do too much. Sure. But guess what? We all do too much. And yet we're all still here another day. So It is what it is. Oh, and thank you, Phyllis Buffer. I appreciate that as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm just looking at my Google app to see if there's any, if there is anything new. By the way, y'all, Toys R Us is back. If you did not know, I'm excited about that. I am. Toys R Us, by the way, was a whole vibe. Like that was the only place where you could like where you could like ride a bike or ride a scooter and not get your behind whooped. Like I remember when you go Toys R Us and you can actually like, oh, all right, all good, Phyllis. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. I remember when you go Toys R Us and you take your memory card and put the memory card in and download the demo and play it out. Like that. That's how old I am. Okay, like so, man. I've been wanting to get back into video games for a while. I remember I was with my girlfriend and I was at Target and I was playing the new Super Mario Wonder game with the classic control. By the way, I don't like the Joy Cons. I don't having two controllers in each hand. But anyway, so I was at Walmart, not Walmart. I was at Target. I was at Target. I was playing. I was just playing the new Super Mario Brothers game. I was like, man, I really forgot what this was like. Because you know what? I've done so much with technology. I do a YouTube show now. I play like like my Candy Crush game. Like, let me see what level I'm on. I know I'm past level 600. Like, and it's crazy too how long I've been playing Candy Crush. Y'all, I'm on level 729. So like I'm getting close to like 1,000 levels. Now I don't know what's gonna happen when I get to 1,000 levels. But it seems like it's just ongoing. Like I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And it looks like it's never ending, which kind of sucks. Well, I mean, it's not that it sucks, but it's just like, where does the game end? Like I'm just scrolling. I do feel like Candy Crush is kind of like Candyland, honestly. Oh yeah, like it's a very addictive game. Like I'm not even on the front. Like believe me, you when I see the offers for like 99 cents and stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to get it because this level's so hard. But I don't do it because I need my money. But it's actually really therapeutic. Like a match. If you haven't played a match three game before, I would say try it. I would say try it because it honestly does a lot of good for you and it keeps your brain active too. It really, really does. So whenever you have downtime, just play some Candy Crush, um, play some Bejeweled Stars. That's a good game. Candy Soda Crush is good as well. So try to play some match three games. They actually are really good for brain activity. They really are. Like no joke. They really, really are good. Mm. Y'all was gonna give me some Stella Rosa today. And here's the thing about YouTube checks, right? So you gotta wait until your balance is like at the $100 mark, and then it all drops. So like when Alf MC graciously gave $15 for the Stella Rosa, I gotta wait until it hits 100 before I can get the Stella Rosa. I'm gonna try to see if I can get Stella Rosa. I wish he would send to Cash App, but it is all good. It is all good. I'm grateful either way for sure. And Alpha MC is really cool people, for sure, for sure. All y'all are. I really do appreciate y'all more than you know, because Like I said, to do this YouTube thing is not for the faint of heart. You gotta have some thick skin in the game, and you gotta want to do it. And yeah, so you know, yes indeed, yes indeed. Hang on one second. Uh, Lord. Okay. Lord Jesus, help me. Okay. So how y'all doing on a Monday night? Y'all got anything going on tonight? I'm trying to think who goes live tonight. I'm trying to think who goes live. I know the Silver went live earlier today on her channel. A shout out to the Silver. She is amazing. I'm trying to think who else goes live. Does the Gossip Girls go live tonight? I think they do. I think they do. Not too sure. Not too sure. Oh Lord, I hope that ASAP Rocky is not going to be going to prison. Oh, God. Let's see. By the way, phone calls from prison. I think has another phone call coming up at 7 o'clock. I think that's happening. I think so. We shall see here. Hmm. Oh, Melody Cherie got a new Christmas song. Okay, that's what's up. Hmm. Well, yeah, I think that's our show. I mean, I'll drop the link in case anybody wants to go because this is normally when I do it. Sorry, I'm trying to put the link. I'll go ahead again. There we go. Okay. Look, it's pinned if y'all want to come on up. I appreciate y'all. If not, I'll probably go ahead and get out of here. But I did want to come through and do my review. And like I said, I really do enjoy these shows. Married to Medicine, I'm starting to see why people really like the show. I'm kind of liking the show too. Definitely want to see what the end's gonna be with Sweet Tea, for sure. And Toya, go get some help. Go get some, you. What you and Mia could join reasonably shading because they're two light skinned women. You and well, me is not really light skinned. What? She's a person, isn't she? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, I can't with me. Like you threw a drink at somebody, and then you're gonna get upset because somebody called you slow, and you take that to your child. Really? Even Karen said, like, no, that was a bit of a reach because she does not know. But, by the way, y'all, I know Thursday will be Thanksgiving, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I may or may not do a show on Thanksgiving. Stay tuned to the channel. If I do a show on Thanksgiving, it probably will be a free for all, just a virtual tour live catch up. Just to whatever y'all want to talk about, we'll probably do that. But yeah, so I'll turn off my camera now because guess what? I've done the show for an hour. We've done the show for a whole hour. Well, I think that is about it. I see no one, nobody wants to come about to understand. Well, y'all, with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special because you are always born a blessing. And trust you may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love. I spend time with you. You spend time with me. Hopefully, by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. And always remember where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just stepping into the possibilities of what can be. By the way, Dr. Wendy, who had her show today at 4 o'clock, said something very powerful. She said, "The sky is not the limit; it's the view." And I'm here for that energy. Make sure the replay is not just for you to watch it, not just for you to listen to it, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. See you real soon. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, the day that is to come, and the blessings that are on the way, wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever successes you have achieved. I am extremely proud of you. But if nobody else is going to be proud of you, be proud of your damn self. You understand me? One love, much love, all love. Good night, everybody.